we're out every second week in Gillick. It was out every second Saturday, or it was out every Saturday, but just too much to be out every Saturday. So we're here every second Saturday from 1 to 3 outside of there's Woody's and Tesco and McDonald's here. So it's a very busy place to be. An awful lot of people do take see our boards, even if they don't take the flyers all the time. But
how do you feel it's going, Joseph? Because I'm only here an hour, and I have been down before. It's been quite a while ago, and I can tell you my impressions. How do you feel it's going down here?
I think it goes up and down. I think we're on a down now. I think people are very tired. I think of especially of the jab, the COVID-19 jab injuries and deaths. I think people, unfortunately, people want to forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm not like that myself. I want justice, and I want people who are responsible for committing crimes to be punished. I think that's very logical. But I think I'm in the minority for wanting that.
Yeah.
Most of the people who pass through here don't really want to hold people to account.
But Joseph, even if we didn't want justice, it's not physically possible to forget about it, because the people with the side effects are only showing the side effects now. They're only just starting to show. So for anyone out there, including any potential political parties, existing or new, this is not something that we can forget about, because as we can see with the hospital lists and hospital waiting times, the side effects of this trial injection are only manifesting now.
Yeah, and we saw with the general election a few months ago that there were a lot of people who are supposedly on our side. I think they were, but for some reason they wouldn't mention the COVID-19 injections and deaths, which I think was a mistake on their part. I think there are so many thousands of people who have been affected by it that they would have gotten a lot of votes if they mentioned it, but they just ignored it. It was the same with the local elections before that. They just ignored all the people who had died and been injured.
Sure. And you had a councillor elected here in Newbridge,
Tom,
and Tom.
I haven't heard him mention.
No. There's and we're not picking him out. There's many. In fact, nobody that got elected has spoken out about it. And thank you, Joseph. And I'm just going down the line here. And Joseph mentions people want to forget about it, but what they forget is that all these things are all interconnected. You know, all of these things, the digital currency, the 5G, the vaccination, the pretend climate hoax, it's all connected. And one word you could sum it up is control. It's all about control. And I have to say, I glibly said about the guy who's been here every week, but I can honestly tell you guys out there, that I am here only an hour, and it's like going back 2 years. We really need a serious info drop here in Kildare, because I can honestly tell you, I've given out about 3 flyers in an hour, and that's was talking. And I talked to one man who said he was just ashamed he took it. So we're not here. He took it once. I told him we are not here to shame anybody, but these guys really have to be commended, because, and quite honestly, sometimes in Dublin the flyers nearly sell themselves. Not that we charge, but it has been. What do you think, Paul? Is it difficult here? Is it difficult?
Kildare have been asleep all the time, and they're probably away today more interested in football and sitting in front of Xboxes and PlayStations.
Right.
Next generation. And the provisional government work for King Charles.
Yeah.
They do not serve the Irish people.
Yeah.
They're only a provisional puppet government to work for King Charles. So your puppet government has sold you out.
Completely, Paul.
And we get nothing from the resources of Ireland.
Yeah. And Paul, what do you think the reason is that this town is so lackluster? What you know the town better than me. What do you think is the reason? Because other towns now, as I said, are just Carlo. I don't want to pick out towns, but some towns, the flyers
The whole
Wait,
of Kildare has been asleep since the anti-water demonstrations.
Okay.
And we had the poorest turnouts in Dublin during the anti-water demonstrations. And
What do you think the reason for that? Is there any, I know there's not just one reason, is there any factors that has made this town? Because I really, guys, really, they have to be commended here. You know, I was starting to get deja vu here, you know, after an hour, because it's like pulling teeth to give out a flyer here. Sorry, Paul,
Yeah,
what do you think the reason?
There has always been asleep and not aware and too much tap water. Government
Okay. Anything else, Paul? Any other reason, do you think? It's difficult, isn't it, to just pinpoint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, even that I know, still pay to water bills
Wow.
and council house tax.
Well, look, listen, Paul, thank you for talking to me. And what I would say is the people of Kildare that are watching, these guys, you know, they've been here for, how long have you been here, Paul?
1 o'clock.
No, but how many years?
Oh, 2.
Yeah, over it is. Now listen, guys, come on. These few guys standing here every Saturday or every alternate Saturday, they really need to dig out. This is really one difficult spot. And you know, it's a good junction. These leaflets now should be actually taking legs and flying themselves, and they really are not. Windows rolled up when they see us. I haven't seen that for almost 2 years. So look, the people across the road, for the volunteers across the road, for the volunteers standing here bringing the truth to Newbridge. They may not want the truth, but the truth is always a bitter. Hi guys, good afternoon. I'm just here in Kildare, sorry, in Newbridge, just with the guys, the amazing guys. I did a video earlier with them in interviews. Just a very quick note. My feedback from today would be I'm actually quite shocked. Having spent 2 hours here that, as you know, Wake Bearer and other volunteer groups have been out on the streets, and we saw a slow start to the awakening of the Irish people. We saw a slow start, and we knew that the vaccine was always going to be a contentious issue, but the guys here have been 2 years, and you know, they've been dealing with every single issue to do with a 5G, digital currency, etc, etc. I'm quite shocked here now today to honestly say my honest feedback is that I don't think I was here since last year, and the feedback from the people here is what we noticed almost 2 years ago in other towns, and even in rural towns, the closing off the windows, the shouting out, are you a doctor? And I explained to them it's Pfizer's data, it's not my data. A 10-year-old child could read the data if they have good literacy skills. So unfortunately Newbridge are at that stage still where they are absolutely unwilling to accept the actual factual truth. I can honestly tell you, having travelled the country, that probably is one of the most reluctant towns to accept the factual evidence. So what I would say to the politicians, local councillors, whatever, these guys that are standing here every week, they need a really big dig out now to get this information out. I don't know what the councillors are doing in Newbridge, but it's definitely not informing the people, not just about the vaccine, but about the digital currency, about the plans, you know, the UN plans, the whole agenda for Ireland. The people, I'm sorry to say this, Newbridge, now, you know, it's not personal and it's not a competition, but whilst we found on the streets in other towns, people were coming over asking us for the information, asking for flyers, some even ordering flyers. They get them for free if they can't, make a little donation. Newbridge were rolling up their windows. So my call would be now to all the councillors that promised so much when they were got elected. I think really and truly at this stage the onus is on you guys now to come down, stand with Joseph and all the other brilliant people here that have given up 2 years of their lives. I think the onus now is on local county councillors and local groups to inform the people of Newbridge and of the county of Kildare what is really going on in their county and their country. So from quite a shocked, and it's hard, one man actually wanted to set his dog on me, But unfortunately for him, fortunately for me, most people know dogs absolutely seem to, you know, resonate with me. So the dog was totally unwilling. The dog was licking me and enjoying my company. So, you know, that's where we're actually at. So God bless you all. Take care. And to the wonderful people here and the wonderful volunteers, we'll see them soon. And I'm really appealing for people now to get out and give these wonderful people a dig out every week or every second week here in Newbridge at the Woodies shop on the junction. God bless you all. Take care. Hi you guys, I'm just down here at the beautiful Kildare, isn't it, Noreen? Yeah. And look at my doppelganger here. When us two are out, only trouble can ensue. But in all seriousness, Noreen, as you know, I've just spent the day down with the brilliant guys, the brilliant volunteers there at the Hold the Line, and I know they've been there they are, and I know they've been there intermittently now for 2 years. And I just had my own little feedback, really, Noreen. On today's events, and I'm just wondering, what do you see, Noreen, now as some of the main topics that the volunteers need to get out, the local councillors need to get out to their constituents? What would you see as some of the main?
I'd say the main issue would be the local councillors not telling the truth about what's coming to this town. I mean, you see the local councillors in this area, but none of them are doing anything that's in their remit as a councillor for the people. They're all happy to go down and record themselves in different areas of the country and make out that they're doing great work, but they're absolutely doing nothing for the people of their community. For example, we have a resource centre here in Newbridge that needs extra funding to get a sensory room, and there's nobody helping for these people to get this sensory room. When we know we have in our estates, Lakeside, Dara Park and Highfield, we've got 1 in 4 houses who have disabled children. So they would definitely be beneficial for this sensory room, but we don't see any of our local councillors doing that. We don't see any of the local councillors talking about the community and development plan or the regional local development plans that's coming to this community as well, which entails it'll be the smart cities that's coming in where the lockdowns are coming back with the green zones. They're calling it all green coding now at the minute, but it's just backdoor wording. But these local councillors, these newly elected councillors as well, is who my main issue is, because they all come out and told the people that they, once elected, they would speak the truth, but they're not speaking truth.
Absolutely.
All I see them doing is pushing more fear and more division and causing hate in this country, when it's not. That's not what they're about. They should be out helping the council, helping the local people, helping them with the communities, but none of them are doing that. They're not telling the people the truth, and I know they know about these plans because they've had meetings, they've had plenty of meetings, it's on the council website, so they're not speaking the truth. They need to come out and tell people what's coming to our communities, because it's coming here, folks. We're on the back door of the CDBC, and they're not speaking about this.
What's
either.
that, Noreen? Sorry,
that's
just
the
for
central
people.
bank digital currency. Now that's coming here. It'll be here in July. It should be here in 2026, but it's starting. The facial recognition is already here. You see the guards wearing them now, and they're not speaking about this either. Why are they not speaking about the guards again going to hire Muslim people? We have an Irish guard force who are now hiring non-nationals in our country, and we don't see any of the local councillors talking about this either. So I just want to know why our councillors are staying quiet on these topics. Instead, they're pushing the narrative of division of it's us versus them. It's the people coming here and it's the people that. And it's not the people. It's the people in power who have power of position who are not speaking on the truth. We need to really get the people to understand about these national and regional, local development plans, and what's the other one as well? There's the community zone, and the community zone, and now that's where the government will have the right of the compulsive purchase order to come and buy your private land if it's for the betterment of the community.
So that would really affect farmers in the area and wonderful land here in Kildare.
Private property, the government can come along now and say, well, this is for the betterment of the community because we need to build apartments on your land, so they're going to come and take this. And we've heard none of the local newly.
And Noreen, that's preliminary already in place in the government. Here. Yeah, because I've said it to people and they say sort of more or less I'm nearly making it up.
No, we
so
can attach the document to this video
perfect.
So people can see it for themselves.
Thank you, Noreen.
It's already here and it's coming. It's already been done. It's started. Meath, Offaly and Kildare are the main things because they're the main cities that have been. Dublin as well.
Is Sligo? No, Sligo not yet, maybe.
Sligo, yeah. And there's another scheme as well which I'm kind of getting worried about, Edel. It's called the age-friendly.
I'm very concerned with that one.
Age-friendly home sharing scheme. Now this scheme is started in Ireland in 2017. So it's not a new scheme, but again it's government with the backdoor policies tricking the people, because what they've done, it's for people 55 and older, and it's for people who are 55 and over, and what they have done since 2017 is they've linked up people with mainly Irish, but now we see it's not Irish who are needing homes in this country, because We have iPass. How many iPass in this country now that need homes?
Yeah.
Because it's only
Homes for all, Noreen, they're
Yes.
calling it in County Meath.
That's what it is.
They
in
just
every-
won't
but
explain what
every
the
county-
all is.
Every
Yeah.
county has signed up to this. Every 32 counties in Ireland has signed up to this. So this is where they're shared. They talk about the shared Ireland as well, because they're
Yeah.
sharing with the North. Because this is a plan that came from England. It stemmed from England.
Yes.
So it's not even an Irish plan. But in this plan now, this is a digital ID as well, because the people that are 55 and over have to sign in these forms, but it's a digital form. And if they don't sign this form and give all this information, they won't be allowed access services, which again I can attach the document to show that this is on the document and what it says.
Perfect, Noreen.
So my concern with this phase 2 that's been initiated now, it's already Castlefen here in Sallins, County Kildare, is the first ever community estate that actually is an age-friendly community estate.
And would the local TDs know about this,
Every one of
Noreen?
them know
Right?
about it.
Are they're sort of suggesting it, and
pushing
I know
it.
they are in County Meath already.
They're all pushing
It's sort of slyly coming into conversation.
100%, because
Yeah.
they're all being given their paychecks and they're all
Right.
given their raise as well, Edel. Don't forget they were given
Yeah.
a pay raise 2 weeks ago, because they know phase 2 of all these plans are being implemented now. And my fear about phase 2 is if you sign up to this plan, you're being basically told, we're going to set you up with someone who's going to fit your needs, who can help you with your home, do the clean and bring you to where you need to go.
Right. It was very
ASAP.
generous of them. Very kind.
They make it,
Yeah.
they sell it
Yeah.
perfectly. Like, and these are vulnerable people who are living alone,
Yeah.
who would need assistance in their home.
Yeah.
But what they're not telling people is the iPass are currently being given programs which are government taxpayer funded as well. They're being sent on programs to be trained to be home carers.
Oh,
in this
okay.
country.
So it's all slotting in, because we have people, particularly at Wake Up Air, people who are saying to us, what he is doing, all these things are all over. Scamdemic is over, Vax is over, everything's over. But what they're not getting, and you've really reiterated really powerfully here today, how every single thing, Noreen, is interconnected to everything else. And myself, yourself, you and Stephen Lloyd, really, we uncovered the Dermot Bannon scheme, and Grab Your Granny's House. So everything is, and I just leave the final word to Noreen, because you know what, she is one of the absolute unsung heroes. Well, she is. Look, it's not a mutual admiration society, but I can honestly say that Noreen has just put so much work into everything, and people really, really need to give her work attention that they need. She doesn't need it, because she knows it. So it's been very enlightening, I have to say, Noreen, coming down to New